Dude, I'm gonna fucking scream. I'm gonna scream so loud, it's going to, like, literally break my microphone. I don't even care.
7 months ago, I made the objectively terrible decision to beat every single Mario game known to man.
I'm not morbidly obese.
At the time, I thought this would be a fun nostalgia trip. I have since learned that Nintendo has been manufacturing psychological torment since 1981. But some of you may be asking, Pixel, what is a Mario game? The criteria I have decided on for a game to be a Mario game is pretty broad. Basically, any game that has Mario in it, either as a playable character or is loosely connected to the title somehow. Leaving me with a list of titles that range from your average Mario title to fucking NBA Street V3 on the Nintendo GameCube. I'm also going off of the Wikipedia page for List of Video Games Featuring Mario. So there are some games that may be a bit of a stretch, but I'll do them for the sake of doing them. So far, I have kept track of these games by making a spreadsheet. This contains all of the Mario games that I will be playing, divided into categories and series, for organizational purposes. Mainline titles: Mario Kart, Mario RPG, Mario Party, Luigi
Yoshi
games, Wario games, Mario vs. Donkey Kong,
sports
Absurdity.
There's only one beer left.
The rules are simple. No save states. I shouldn't need to explain this one. No game-breaking glitches. Minor glitches like the Mario 64 BLJs and MIPS clips are allowed, but stuff like the 7-1 pipe glitch in Mario 3 is not. Skips are allowed. Obviously, I can use warps, and the glitches I just mentioned are fair game. As long as I meet the win condition, I can mark the game as complete. Lastly, 2 continues per game. If I run out of lives 3 times, I have to restart. Today, we started with the basics. At this point, I had a vague idea of what I was getting into. SMB1 is actually pretty simple. There are 8 worlds, each world has 4 levels, making for a combined 32 levels in total. However, as I'm sure most of you know, you don't actually need to play all of these levels in order to beat the game. In 1-2, there's a secret warp zone that can instantly transport you to worlds 2, 3, or 4. In 4-2, hitting this block will make a vine grow, which upon climbing takes you to another secret warp zone that can take you to worlds 6, 7, and 8. So if I chain warps together, instead of playing 32 levels, I only end up playing 8. However, World 8 has the hardest stages in the game. Levels with Hammer Brothers, one-block jumps, challenging platforming, mazes, bullet bills, spiny-throwing Lakitus, and the final boss, King Koopa. They don't call him Bowser yet. He's in this weird stage where he's not quite Bowser. He's like a banana. He's not quite right, but he's like a deep green or light green banana.
Fucking weirdo.
Either way, I was going to stream until I beat the game.
Alright. You know what? Mario never gave up. He put his hat back on. And he kept fucking wahooing. He kept wahooing. And he kept yippieing and boinging. And that's what I'm gonna keep doing. That's what I'm gonna keep doing. We win these.
This was a low point. I had been playing for nearly 4 hours at this point and was quickly beginning to regret ever starting this challenge. But as the great Super Mario once said,
so close. I fucking hit the bridge. Yes! 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 Let's fucking go, dude! Woo! Yeah! Ooh, fuck you, man. Woo!
4 hours in, and I had done it. I celebrated with chat, flexed with my brand new Tetris waffle maker that I had bought at Spencer's,
a waffle maker that makes Tetris waffles.
and ended stream. Day 2 was a disaster. Now I want you to look very closely at this clip.
Grandparents' garage, and this is the most sensitive one of all of them, actually, because this one, you don't even have to push it down, and it'll start loading in the intro sequence. You can't play it like that.
If you didn't see it, don't worry. We'll circle back to this moment shortly.
Hang on. Oh gosh, what is that? Oh, that doesn't feel right. Oh, what is that? There is a bug in my fucking game cartridge. Yo, what? Timeout. What the fuck? That's nasty.
Yeah. Somehow a fucking roach crawled into my game cartridge and stayed still long enough to get crushed inside of my NES, damaging multiple pins and the game. Naturally, the next step was to take it apart.
So, like, just get like a bowl of isopropyl alcohol, put it in that for like an hour.
Yeah, that should do it.
Alrighty, let me grab a bowl real quick. Hang on. Not like weed or whatever.
I tried to get everything out of the pins, but in the end, the connector was totaled. So I turned on my Wii and started Super Mario Bros. 2 Doki Doki Panic Edition. Now, SMB2 is very different from other Mario games. Mostly because it isn't a Mario game, but that's not really my problem. Instead of stomping on enemies, you have to stand on them, pick them up, and throw them to kill them with varying rates of success. Mario 2, instead of having 32 levels divided into 8 worlds, has 20 levels with 7 worlds and 3 levels per world. Except for World 7, which has 2 levels for some reason. This game is a fever dream. Going into this game, I only knew how to get to World 5, which was the furthest I had gotten up until that point. The plan was to play the game normally, knock out 1-1, 1-2, on 1-3, grab this potion, throw it over here, and enter this vase thing to warp to World 5. From there, I'd send it and see how far I could get. These runs were very uneventful. I spent a good while throwing myself at the levels, but with no real strategy, I was fucked. And the furthest I got into the game was 6-2. I did end up doing some practice runs where I used save states to work out a proper route for the game, but after the whole roach incident, I was pretty tired, so I just called it there. After a decent night's sleep and some very surface level research, I figured out what I was missing. After the World 4 warp, I would play 4-1 normally. Then in 4-2, I'd take this potion, throw it here, and boom, World 6. Now for the hard part. A 5-level gauntlet of increasingly challenging stages that throws everything at you. The next few streams were relatively uneventful. There were some interesting moments, like when I kept fucking up my block throws during the 6-3 snake boss fight.
Fuck no! Damn it! Shit! No! No! Fuck! Shit! Dude, what are these throws? Come on! No! Fuck! The art of the choke. Oh my god. Oh my god! What am I doing? What am I doing?
And when I showed off some art that my girlfriend had made.
It's like some frogs and stuff. Pretty sick. It's one of them dillos. Them armored dillos. I know they added these to Minecraft. It's like a bird on a tree and stuff. I like these paintings. We got a lot of hearts in chat, so.
But ending day 4, I had no idea what was in store for me the next stream.
Hey, Mario!
Day 5 was big. I was tired of playing on my dingy old Wii remote, so I decided to go out and buy Super Mario All-Stars, solving the problem of not having lost levels and not being able to play Mario 3 because... So I turned on my SNES and got to work.
Why is Birdo hot? Pause. Let's fucking go, dude! Woo!
On the first run of the night, I had beat Mario 2 in under 40 minutes. But I wasn't done. I still had another 2 hours on stream. So, I sent it.
Dude, let's go, man! Woo! Oh. It only took me like an hour or something. I don't know.
Honestly, Mario 3 wasn't very noteworthy. The route that I took had me playing a few levels in World 1, then warping straight to World 8. So there really wasn't much to see. The final castle did give me a run for my money though.
Come on, man.
Okay, so,
The next few streams were kind of a mess, so we're just going to skip over them. So while they play, I'm going to use this as an opportunity to plug my shit. Discord. I have one. Sometimes it's funny.
Defend the fentanyl train from the homeless attackers.
Other times it's boring.
Shadow, will you marry me?
Streams. Obviously, everything you've seen so far was all done live. If you want to be part of the chaos, consider tuning in. I don't really care all too much about subscribers or likes, so if you really want to make my day, just stop by and say hi when I'm live. Last thing, shout out to Mimi. She's edited all the shorts on my channel so far, as well as cover for days that I've missed stream. I couldn't do this without her, so go show her some love in the comments.
Anything you can dream about here, you can make. Zero limit. Coming in high!
Taking a detour from traditional console games, Day 8 started with the first handheld title in the mainline Mario series, Super Mario Land. I'll take a back seat on this one, and let me explain why I love this game so much.
I have a lot of good memories of playing this game while I was growing up. I absolutely adore the soundtrack for this game. The soundtrack for this game is probably one of my favorite Mario soundtracks of all time. And it's really funny because it's like,
It's one of the, like, more obscure, lesser played Mario titles. You don't see a lot of people, like, speedrunning or talking about this game. Everybody sticks to, like, the first 3, Mario 64, and all the other games that came afterwards. A lot of people skip over this game, and I think that it's honestly sad for what this game has to offer, at least soundtrack-wise, because god damn, the music in this game and the sound design, just everything is so good, especially for just a fucking little handheld game. So good. Although this game is super short, having only 12 levels, I still think this game might be one of my all-time favorites. The first world has you jumping through a desert-like landscape, taking down wacky enemies that look ever so familiar, ending in a Bowser-like boss fight with this weird lion-looking thing. World 2 has some funky platforming where you jump from platform to platform while avoiding falling into water. There are also UFOs in this world for some reason. The last level of World 2 has you underwater in a submarine and completely shifts the gameplay from a platformer to a side-scrolling shoot-'em-up. It's honestly quite a bit of fun, until you reach the boss and have to listen to it. World 3 is interesting, to say the least. Most of the world is themed around those stone head things from Easter Island, or the emoji, as most of you will know it as. It's a lot of rocks, caves, and spikes. The boss of this world is super underwhelming. It's just another, and you can literally just skip past him if you have a mushroom. World 4 is literally based off of ancient China. You got bamboo trees, beautiful mountain landscapes, and
Racially ambiguous martial artists.
the platforming is pretty challenging, and they kinda just throw everything at you. The last level has the same gameplay as 2-3, however, this time you're in the sky, flying in a fighter plane. The final boss of the game is just a cloud that shoots birds at you. He's kind of a pushover, but just kidding, the real final boss is this flying mechanical thingy that looks like the final boss from Mega Man. You'll keep going, but yeah, that's it. I think. Right? Pretty sure that's it. Pretty sure? Yeah! Yay! After feeding Tatanga, you finally get to meet the real Princess Daisy. This is the first appearance of Princess Daisy, by the way. And rescue her in your rocket ship that is conveniently placed right behind where she was being held captive all this time. And as the credits roll, you get one of my favorite Mario songs of all time. Sub 35, let's go. Dude, this is the shit right here. This shit goes so tough, bro. Let me turn this up for y'all. Dude. I know it's a little underwhelming, but I like it. Sure, later games were able to do some true wizard-level shit with the console, especially Ichiro Shimakura with the Pokemon TCG soundtrack. This is going to be a reoccurring subject, by the way. Anyways, with Mario Land knocked out in 31 minutes, I moved on to our first real SNES title, Super Mario World. For the last few streams, I had been meticulously crafting the perfect route to get through the game as quick as possible. There definitely were some hiccups, but after analyzing a few speedruns, I had this run down to a science. Starting the run, I'd play normally, making my way through Yoshi's Island up to Donut Plains. Once there, I'd make my way to the Green Switch Palace through a secret exit in Donut Plains 2. Moving back to Donut Plains 1, I also take this secret exit right here to unlock Donut Secret 1. take another secret exit and unlock Donut's secret house, which we'll come back to later. Next is to beat the rest of the world normally and move on to Vanilla Dome. There's another secret exit in Vanilla Dome 2, which takes me to the Red Switch Palace. Push the switch and head back to Donut Plains. Heading into the secret house, I make my way through a maze of doors and puzzles and enter a secret door and fight a giant ghost. Beating this ghost opens up Star Road, which will take you all the way to the end of the game. Star World 1 isn't all too difficult, just stick to the right and you'll get to the secret exit. Star World 2 is similar to Star World 1. Swim above all the enemies, and then go under this pipe at the end of the level, and you're on to the next one. Star World 3 ends as soon as it starts. With a goal right next to where you start, you'd think that would be it. However, to reach the secret exit, you need to kill the Lakitu flying above you and ride his cloud up to the secret area above the stage. Star World 4 is where all of the switches I pressed earlier come into play. Doing some sick platforming and keeping low, we hit this block with...
Fuck! Well, that was a fucking save of a lifetime. God damn! Was not expecting to have to do some shit like that. That was wacky. Alright.
As I was saying, take a shell, slam it into this block, take the key, and
I'm out of this bitch.
using this start pad brings us all the way to the final level. Another maze, take door 2, go over the spikes, take door 7, jump past these guys, move through this dark room, and take Bowser head on.
There it is, there it is! Is that it? Yes, dude, let's fucking go! Woo!
Once you beat Bowser, the game rewards you by giving you permanent retinal damage with these awesome fireworks.
Take that vacation. Fuck, my eyes! Fuck you! God damn! Man, fuck you! Cut that shit out! Dude, I got, like, physically attacked for beating the game, damn! Oh yeah, and Peach don't even gotta walk back. Yeah, man, fuck you.
这个防盗单车设计非常完美，下面给大家演示一下。
Taking Mario from his usual flat self and slapping him into the third dimension gives us Super Mario 64 as the first 3D platformer of the series. After undergoing a full removal of my brain's hippocampus the day prior, me and chat refreshed our knowledge of SM64 by reading the game's manual.
Okay, this is before starting the game. You gotta press the on switch. Hang on. Switch is on. I got it. Okay. This shows you how to, this is a diagram, it shows you how to fuck with Mario's face. For those of you who are having difficulty finding power stars, okay, this is for us. Everybody gather around, listen up. Shit's about to get real. There are several ways to get power stars. When a power star is visible, you can pick them up when you reach them. Holy shit. 3-month limited warranty for hardware, game packs, and accessories. Well, I don't know. Where's the thing on the front, I think? Yeah, 1996 Nintendo of America. Yeah, I think we're a little past 3 months. Caution! The Nintendo 64 system generates realistic images and 3D simulations. While playing or watching certain video images, some people may experience dizziness, motion sickness, or nausea. If you or your child experience any of these symptoms, discontinue use and play again later. This is about, I mean, dude, this is real. This is real. These are about the realest graphics I've ever seen in my life. And I've seen some crazy shit. I've seen anime titties in 1080p.
Now that we have absorbed all the necessary knowledge to beat Mario 64, it's time to start for real. Now, SM64, being the buggy mess that it is, makes for a surprisingly short playthrough if you actually know what you're doing. Adhering to the rules we set earlier, there are only a handful of glitches that I can actually do to beat the game as quick as possible. Not because all the glitches are necessarily game-breaking, I'm just dog shit at this game and realistically wouldn't be able to pull off I fucking hate you. To beat Mario 64 normally, you need to collect 70 stars. However, if you string together a lot of nasty tricks, you can actually beat the game with 0 stars. Now, a lot of these tricks are way above my pay grade, so I'm only going to be using 2 tricks in order to beat the game with 16 stars, since I don't want to spend 12 hours collecting 70 stars. The important stuff to know is what I need to do to reach the final boss. Upon entering the castle, I only have access to a handful of rooms, with a locked door at the top of the stairs, a star door to the left, and a locked door down these stairs. Each locked door requires a different key, and the star door requires 8 stars to open. So we start out with the first and most iconic level, Bob-omb Battlefield. Now, Mario 64 has a bunch of levels, and each of those levels have a bunch of stars within that level that you can collect in order to progress. Now, the easiest stars are...
Dude, the gnome at the back, he crawled across your wall like a spider.
Okay then, now back to what I was saying. The first 4 stars I'll need are from King Bob-omb, Koopa the Quick, Island in the Sky, and the Chain Chomp star. So after making quick work of the bosses, winning a foot race, and shooting myself out of a cannon, I'm done with Bob-omb Battlefield. Next, I move to Whomp's Fortress. For the 5th star, I'm gonna...
Shit! Yeah! I got him! Yeah! This motherfucker has been terrorizing me and my family for months. You don't understand. And I finally got him. Rotten hell. Eat him and claim his nutrients. I got you, bro. I got you. Oh.
For the 5th star, we do some sick jumps to find this star hidden under a platform. Then, climbing to the top of the level, we fight King Whomp for our 6th star. Then, we repeat the same process to collect the 7th star on top of the tower. Heading back into the castle, I collect 2 stars from the secret Peach slide and head into our first star door. Now, these star doors act as castles in a sense that when you beat them, you unlock more levels, and they all end in a Bowser boss fight. So with my epic platforming skills dialed in, I make quick work of Bowser and get a key that opens the basement. The basement is where the game gets noticeably harder. Up until now, the levels have been pretty simple, mostly letting you go wherever you want and not really punishing you for it. In the basement, every level is constantly trying to kill you. Shifting Sandland with its quicksand, insta-kill enemies, and Shy Guys, Lethal Lava Land being pretty self-explanatory with its lava pits, volcano, and bullies. And Hazy Maze Cave being a cave with a confusing layout having a tunnel system filled with bats and toxic gas. First thing is to dive into lava, or the lava level, don't jump into the lava. Taking out the big bully mini-boss for my 10th star, next I head to this platform and collect 8 red coins for my 11th star. Making sure to fall into the lava at every chance I was given, I move on to taking out a whole family of bullies and struggle to collect my 12th star. Leaving hell for the time being, I move to Shifting Sandland to collect my 13th star on the top of the pyramid. Talking to this toad outside of the Hazy Maze Cave entrance for a free star for my 14th, and entering Hazy Maze Cave to do a sick jump first try, might I add, to collect my 15th. Now that I have 15 stars, a little rabbit named Mips spawns in the basement. Catching him gives you a star, but we don't really need that at this point. What we need Mips for is a glitch that skips a large portion of the game, the Mips clip. The Mips clip is a trick where you carry Mips to the door that exits the main basement, lining up with the door frame and crouching, which pushes you into the door and dropping Mips where you were standing, where while crouching you can turn around, grab Mips, and drop him in the next room. From there, you do the same trick with the star door, pushing you into the star room. Now all that I need to do is collect 1 star in Dire Dire Docks, and enter Bowser in the Fire Sea. This level is a little challenging, but once you get to Bowser, it's pretty straightforward. Defeating Bowser once again gives you another key that leads to this door in the main area of Peach's castle. Taking this staircase up leads to my next trick, which just so happens to be one of, if not the most famous glitch in any video game, the backwards long jump. Now, I'm not going to go into specifics, but Nintendo set a limit for how fast you could go forward, but not how fast you could go backwards. Something that Half-Life 2 would shamelessly steal 8 years later.
Oh, fuck, okay.
Using the long jump's 1.5 times speed modifier and using staircases to cut the time that Mario is off the ground, players could get Mario to go from running speed to Mach fuck you, instantly teleporting him through the door at the top of this staircase, which normally requires 50 stars. Then, entering the staircase to the final level, or the infinite staircase, where there is an invisible trigger halfway up the stairs that loops Mario back if he doesn't have 70 stars. players will do the same trick to make Mario go so fast that he moves from being in front of the teleporter trigger on one frame to past it the next. Using this trick, I can skip the second half of the game and go straight into the final level, Bowser in the Dark World. It's pretty much smooth sailing from here. As long as I can hit my Bowser throws, I can finally beat this game.
I want you to look at me. I want you to look me dead in the eyes. This is you and this is me right now. This is you and me. This is you and me. It's you and me. Just you and me. Viewer, me. I want you to look at me and I want you to tell me what universe that fucking misses! What the fuck?
Yeah, I suck at Bowser throws. It took me a while to figure it out again, but I got it eventually.
There we go. Jesus fucking Christ, man. God damn.
And so, I picked up the last star of the game and completed Super Mario 64, once and for all. Wait, why is the video already over? I've only just started beating every Mario game. I haven't even made it to the big ones like NSMB Wii, Galaxy, and Odyssey. Not even mentioning all the Mario Kart games, RPGs, and sports games. Well, the truth is, I lied. I have not beaten every Mario game. I'm actually not even remotely close to quarter of the way done. However, that doesn't mean that I'm not finished with the challenge. The last few months have been a blast, and I've had a lot of fun hanging out with chat while theorizing about some 10-year-old's YouTube channel, beating Tears of the Kingdom, teaching 6th graders how to play Counter-Strike, and a whole bunch more. But the Mario grind has kind of halted. Sunshine kicked my ass. Hard. Same with Lost Levels. Mario Land 2 is really hard to get a copy of, my Yoshi's Island save corrupted, my 3DS setup is not working great, and frankly, I've just been wanting to play other games. So here's the deal. I took a week off so I could make this video, and I think I'm ready to hop back in and finish the mainline titles. If you're watching this right on release, I'll be streaming right now playing Yoshi's Island. If you like what you've seen so far, I encourage you to come and hang out. The next part of this video will probably come out sometime in either August or September, so if you want to get notified when it comes out, do the whole bell thingy. Lastly, this is my first big project that has actually made it past the scripting phase, so if you have any feedback, either put it in the comments or DM me on Discord. That's all for now. Thanks for being here. Peace.